Alright, we got a presentation here of a 485-2 kit. Essentially what you have is the jam seals. This goes across the top of the door. These are going to go up and down the sides of the door. You have the automatic door bottom. Has a plunger on the side that's adjustable. It is adjustable. Basically, if you screw this in, you can pop this thing out. It's got like a little flathead there. You can put a screwdriver in, screw it out, screw it in, and then basically the further out you put it, the further this thing's going to drop down onto the floor. Get a good shot of that. Okay. And the third component is going to be the 564A threshold. So more often than not, people are going to get this. In the kits, you'll see some that have a -1 and a -2. The -2 is indicating that it comes with this threshold. The -1 is indicating that it comes with a different threshold. It's called a 565A, and it's a much higher profile. It comes up much higher. The reason for that is sometimes you have a door that's cut a lot higher. We always recommend just getting a smaller, a bigger, basically a longer door to be able to accommodate with for this one. Alright, so the idea of this is the placement of these is going to go onto the doorstop of the frame. Let's talk about the frame for a moment. This is going to be the case of the frame. This is the jam. This is the doorstop. This is what keeps the door, when it swings, it shuts up against this. It can no longer swing all the way through because of this piece right here. So the idea is this is going to get screwed onto here. When you screw it onto here, it's going to make a tight seal up against the face of the door as it shuts. As you notice, it comes down here. It's nowhere near where the frame, where the latch is going to hit here. So when the doorknob comes through, it's going to latch into that. It's going to stop up against this and make contact with the face of that. It's not going to interfere with this mechanism in any way. So this goes all the way up the jam. And this is actually the piece that goes in through here. This one's a little bit long for this particular door, but they can be custom cut to fit. Same exact principle. And this comes over to here. Get a longer piece come all the way down to the bottom of the floor. The automatic door bottom, there's several different versions of this. This particular one is the surface mount. The surface mount is going to go right up against the face of the door, and you just screw it on. That's about all there is to it. The width of this is always going to sacrifice for the width of the jams on the side. You always want your jam seals to come down to the bottom of the floor, and you want this to be short enough to be able to fit in between the two of them. This does have a dummy section that's able to be cut into if you ever need to. This is not the side that has the plunger. All the flat springs are in here. They do stop somewhere around here. So you do have the option of cutting into this if you ever need to. Alright, the third component is going to be the threshold. The idea behind this is if that automatic door bottom makes contact with carpet, it's not going to work properly. It needs to make a contact with a flat non-porous surface, which this is what this provides. You can go get a decorative one if you want to. It just needs to be a flat non-porous surface. This one's going to work a little bit better, but admittedly is kind of utilitarian looking. So this is going to go down to the floor and get placed in here. Ideally, you would want to be able to cut this at the bottom so that it can slide up underneath it. Worst case scenario, you can come in here with a metal saw and cut into it so that it fits around that. And that's true for just about any threshold you find out there in the world. It's not just this one. But anyway, this should be fitting right about here, so that when the automatic door bottom comes down and drops, it can make contact with this surface right here. So now you have a seal going up the sides, all the way across the top, down this side, automatic door bottom making contact with this, and you also have this neoprene right here, which makes contact with the face of the door too. That's about it. Should fit on any standard door whatsoever.